Hey everybody, Yogichevy here, and I am going to do the full reading of this West Shield card, number 10. And I really love this card, and I love the way that I'm moving through this particular text. You know, I really want to learn more about Indian spirituality, Native American spirituality, and this book is like just the perfect way for me to move my way into it. And to do it just one card at a time, one day at a time is really hard because I want to just dive into it. But to wake up in the morning and do a little sage bath and say some prayers and sit in meditation and then pick a card is like so meaningful. You know, I've read the Bible twice, and it was, you know, I just made it a thing where every day I read, and it took me a year to read the Bible each time. A little longer the second time because I took a lot of notes, but you know, and I've also done that with the Bhagavad Gita, where I love that book. Man, oh my gosh, it's such a wonderful spiritual text. But to be doing this like in this type of a way is just so fun, and the answers that come through this for me is like really amazing. So let's go through and dive into this card. So this is the West Shield card, and it's number 10 in Sacred Paths cards, and it says, West Shield, power of woman to seek answers. The place of Bear's Cave and the fading light of Grandfather's Sun, the horizon of tomorrow brings the strength to meet my goals. West Shield, introspection, goals, the teaching. So that's the card. And this is how it's laid out in the poem. So let's start. The West is traditionally home of bear on the medicine wheel. The color of this direction is black, which represents the voids where the answers live within the dark cave of bear. The ability to go within and into is the female energy, which is receptive. The womb of woman is a place where all ideas, as well as babies, are nurtured and given birth. The darkness of the fertile womb is the place where each of us on the good red road of physical life had our beginnings. We were the future generation of our parents. The future holds is always in the West, the place of our tomorrows. To understand the West, the looking within place, we must first understand our natures. Unless we are connected with all our relatives, the standing people trees, the stone people, the creature beings, Mother Earth, Father Sky, Grandfather Sun, Grandmother Moon, the four chief spirits, air, earth, water, and fire, the creepy crawlers, insects, and all other life forms from Adam to the great star nation, we feel that the answers live outside of us. If we understand that the spirit of all these other life form dwells inside our bodies, we begin to understand that we look within to feel and know the answers. In our earthly bodies, our cells carry memories of all that has ever been. Answers live in our spirit's knowing potential. How beautiful. The bear came to me in a dreamtime walking state several years ago and lumbered through my awareness to take me on a dreamtime medicine walk. I found myself in a forest high in the Rocky Mountains by an old burial ground near Creede, Colorado. The bear wandered up to the spring among the moonlight and drank deeply of the cold, pure water coming from Mother Earth's breast. The bear turned to me and spoke. "We used to use words like you two-leggeds," she said. "We retreated into our silence at the end of the Second World. When the earth was cleansed by the great ice mountains, your people had finally come together in clans and families. Then they had heard the Tundra Wolf song and started to use words of their own. We knew that you humans would not be alone, and that the humans would survive if they could communicate with one another. We creature beings had to leave the two-leggeds alone so they could learn their own sounds and how to use communication. Unfortunately, that was also the time that the two-leggeds shared so many of their opinions of others that they started to judge their personal truths. They began to worry about what others thought and failed to find their own answers within their hearts. It sounds a lot like the human condition. I understood what Bear was trying to show me and how we two-legged sought approval and tangled ourselves with the fear of being different. If new ideas presented a threat, it could be hard for individuals to follow their personal truths. Bear continued, "It was during those days that the ensuing cold that mankind learned to eat meat. In the first world, the two-leggeds had been vegetarian. Fruits, berries, roots, and wild vegetables were plentiful until the cleansing of the first world, when the great ice mountains moved across Mother Earth's face. The plants, which had sustained all creatures, vanished. The two-leggeds were starving until they learned to eat meat. The creature beings who understood the need for balance and sharing offered their bodies as food to the two legs. My creature ancestors gave the warmth of their bodies' fur and the instinct of survival to the two-leggeds. Then, through consuming the meat of Bear, West Shield lessons were learned. I have memory of the way our gifts were received by a female two-legged," Bear said. "She was called Alana. Alana ate of the bear meat and sank into a fulfilling deep sleep. She saw the memories of our bear clan and learned the 3 paths of the West Shield." I listened to as Bear continued. "In the dream, Alana watched Grizzly as she ate all she could find in the ways of berries, honey, fish from the stream. The giantess was filled up for hibernation time when she would have to live off her stored fat. Then Alana saw Grizzly go into her cave and sleep through winter's white robe. In her dream, Alana followed Grizzly and slept at her side. In the spring, when Grizzly awoke, Alana followed her into the deep green forest. Grizzly seemed very intent on rediscovering the forest and noting the changes in her favorite hollow logs. The deep winter sleep had propelled Grizzly into a new state of awareness." It's really awesome. Mama Grizzly had left Alana to her thoughts and had gone to forage through the forest, continuing her routine. Bear said, "It was only when Alana had left to her own devices that a tiny still voice spoke to her silent heart and showed her the value of Grizzly's lessons. Alana saw that in tasting the fruits of all ideas, you could expand one's outlook on life, just as Grizzly had done by eating all manner of foods. Then Alana remembered the retreat into the cave. Grizzly had taught her to go into the silence of her own sacred space to digest her ideas. The ideas that did not sustain her could be eliminated, and the others would nurture her during the time of looking within. Alana realized that she could best meet her goals when she acted on the ideas that were the most nurturing to her." Wow, that sounds like a really great meditation. And looking at Bear's big brown eyes, I looked at Bear's big brown eyes and smiled. I was beginning to understand the West Shield in a new way. So the 3 paths of understanding how to look within and reach our goals are like the actions of Grizzly in Alana's dreams, right? I asked. "Right," Bear replied. "Now you tell me how you see those paths." I thought for a moment and then spoke. "The first path is to enter the silence of our sacred space. Basically, it is being willing to receive the answers made available to us through the experience of daily life. That is, allowing our female receptive side to come forward to magnetize or receive the silence. So it is entering the silence." Correct, said Bear. And the second path? Well, I suppose the next step is to digest the answers that come and learn to feel which ones apply. So the second pathway is integrating the information and discerning what our personal truth is, I replied. Right again, said Bear. It is the second step which natures the answers received, and the third path becomes evident. Oh, I understand, I said. It is because the third path is structured based on personal truth. If we have a knowing about our digested ideas, we may then formulate a plan on how to attain our goals. That's the structure. If our goals are based on personal truth and desire, they will be approached with joy. They will be goals we want to nurture because they are truly ours, not ones that others have expected of us. That's right, isn't it? Bear chuckled and rolled over, scratching her back on the boulder next to the spring. You have the idea, she mused. All of the actions of Grizzly will allow each person to tap their inner knowing, and like Alana of long ago, my clan can give the strength necessary to meet each tomorrow with joy. There is no need to fear the unknown the future holds if you follow Grandmother Grizzly and digest the knowing of your personal truth. I thank Bear for the lesson and begin the journey of understanding my personal West Shield. May this sharing also aid you in your joy-filled journey to the land of Bear and the lessons of the West. It's awesome. The application. If the West Shield has appeared in your spread, Bear is asking you to look at your present goals and discern how they affect your future. Are the answers you seek from your own inner knowing? If not, it may be time to enter the silence and digest the questions so that your personal answers can emerge. Bear also reminds us that the West Shield is the place of all tomorrows. If you are afraid of the unknown, it may be time to clear away that fear. Strength to accomplish this clearing is Bear's greatest medicine. Call on Bear and feel the courage to meet the future fill of your spirit. In all cases, the West Shield speaks of the ability to complete our goals, the acknowledgement of our inner strengths, and the power to find and know our own answers. Remember that the opinions of others will mix with our own doubts and become limitations when we forget to enter the silence. All right, guys, I love you. Please like and share and subscribe, and call me for a Mullah set. Let's design a set for you based on a medicine card or based on your chakras. I would love to do it. You guys are awesome. Have a great day.